The Manila Regional Trial Court buzzes with murmurs and the shuffling of papers as the morning session begins. The walls, lined with the Philippine flag and framed portraits of past judges, feel heavy with formality. The courtroom door creaks open, and all eyes turn toward a young Filipino girl, no older than 16. Her name is Maria Santos, a poor student from Tondo. She walks in wearing a faded uniform, her slippers barely holding together, her dark hair neatly tied despite her obvious exhaustion. Whispers spread through the courtroom like wildfire. Is she lost? One lawyer mutters. She doesn't belong here, says another under his breath. Behind the desk sits Judge Rodrigo Valdez, a man known for his iron fist and arrogance. He's the kind who despises interruptions and believes poor people waste the court's time. When Maria steps forward, clutching a bundle of wrinkled documents to her chest, he raises a brow and scoffs. "Who are you?" he asks coldly. She clears her throat and answers softly, "Maria Santos, Your Honor." "And why are you here?" Her eyes don't waver. "To speak for my father." The courtroom chuckles. The judge leans back in his chair, smirking. "You speak for your father. This is a court, not a classroom debate." Maria swallows hard but refuses to back down. "My father was accused of stealing from a store owner. He passed away before he could defend himself. I want to prove he was innocent." The words strike a chord, but Judge Valdez hides his curiosity behind sarcasm. "So you're acting as your father's lawyer now? Do you even understand what a defense is?" The courtroom laughs again, but Maria's voice doesn't tremble. "I don't need to be a lawyer to know the truth." The silence that follows is powerful. Even the stenographer pauses typing for a second. The judge studies her, this small, frail girl standing alone, her eyes burning with quiet determination. He sighs dramatically. "Fine, I'll humor you. But this court doesn't run on emotions. You have 15 minutes. Let's see if you can make sense." As Maria walks toward the center of the courtroom, she glances up at the judge, then at the crowd, a mix of curiosity, pity, and doubt. She places her documents on the podium, her small hands shaking. "I don't have fancy evidence, Your Honor," she begins. "But I have the truth. And I'll prove my father didn't steal anything." The judge leans forward, intrigued despite himself. The scene ends with Maria taking a deep breath, facing a mountain of judgment, ready to stand for justice in a world that has already dismissed her. The air in the courtroom grows heavier as Maria begins her presentation. She opens a worn notebook filled with faded pages and trembling handwriting, her father's. "My father kept notes of every customer he helped," she explains. "He was a street vendor. He believed that honesty was more valuable than money." Judge Valdez interrupts, tapping his gavel lightly. "This is all sentimental nonsense. Where's your evidence?" Maria doesn't flinch. "Please, let me finish, Your Honor." She pulls out a small envelope from her bag and hands it to the clerk, who brings it to the judge. Inside are receipts, dozens of them, signed by customers who'd paid her father fairly. They date back years, showing consistent transactions with no hint of theft. The prosecutor, a young attorney named Mr. Gomez, rises. "Your Honor, these are merely papers. They don't prove innocence." Maria nods, anticipating the objection. "That's why I brought this." She reveals a USB drive and asks permission to play a video. The judge reluctantly agrees. The screen flickers to life, showing CCTV footage from the small grocery where her father had worked. The date matches the night of the alleged theft. The video shows her father helping another vendor unload boxes. Suddenly, another man, wearing similar clothes, rushes in, grabs a cash bag, and bolts. Her father runs after him but trips, leading bystanders to believe he was the thief. The courtroom gasps. The judge leans forward, his expression softening. "Where did you get this?" "I went back to the store," Maria says. "They deleted the video, but the security guard kept a copy because he felt guilty. He said no one ever asked him for it." The crowd murmurs in disbelief. For the first time, the judge's tone loses its edge. "Why didn't the police have this?" "Because no one cared enough to look," she replies quietly. Her eyes well up as she continues. "My father taught me to never stop fighting for what's right. I don't know much about the law, but I know justice shouldn't depend on money or status." The judge sits back, silent. Even Mr. Gomez lowers his gaze, ashamed. The girl who was mocked minutes ago has turned the courtroom into a place of truth. Maria closes her notebook and looks up. That's all, Your Honor. I have nothing more to say. The silence is deafening. The weight of her words lingers in the air. The courtroom remains still. Judge Valdez takes off his glasses and rubs his temples. The silence stretches for nearly a minute before he finally speaks. Miss Santos, he begins softly, you've done something even seasoned lawyers fail to do, prove the truth without pride. Maria looks confused. Does that mean? He nods. This court officially declares your father innocent of all charges. His record will be cleared. Case dismissed. For a moment, Maria doesn't move. Then tears flood her eyes. She clasps her hands together, whispering, "Thank you, Your Honor." The crowd bursts into applause. Some lawyers who laughed earlier now stand, clapping respectfully. Even the prosecutor approaches her and says, "You reminded us why justice exists. I'm sorry for doubting you." Judge Valdez looks down, guilt written across his face. "I mocked you, child. I mocked your courage. Today you reminded me of my duty, to listen, even to the smallest voice." Maria smiles through her tears. "Sometimes, Your Honor, truth only needs someone to believe in it." Outside the courthouse, the gray clouds begin to part. Reporters rush toward her, microphones extended. "How did you do it?" one asks. She shakes her head. "I just did what my father would have done, stand up, even when no one believes you." The camera flashes capture her humility and strength. A headline appears later that day. Poor Filipino girl defends late father and wins, judge apologizes in open court. As the sun sets, Maria walks to the cemetery carrying the official clearance document. She kneels beside a simple grave marked, Ramon Santos. She places the paper beside a small photo of her father, his kind smile still bright. "We did it, Papa," she whispers. They know the truth now. A soft breeze stirs the leaves. It's as if her father's spirit answers, proud, peaceful. The final shot pans upward to the sky, glowing with gold. On-screen text fades in. Greater than, justice isn't about who has power, it's about who has the courage to speak the truth.